In today's How to Meditate lesson, we look at how Stoicism and meditation go together like PB and J. The topic of Stoic meditation is a topic because Marcus Aurelius had his famous journal Meditations. Today we look at the difference between meditating and meditations. But as always, before we talk about meditation, let's meditate. And you'll find a link in the description if you want to skip the meditation, but I'd have you consider this. If you're too busy to meditate, are you not too busy? I understand if you're too busy to meditate, or if you're too eager to find out about how Stoicism and meditation are like PB and J. But if you have to skip the meditation, at least take about a minute, pause the video, and allow yourself to touch stillness, quiet your mind, so you can hear what I'm actually saying, rather than what you think I'm saying, because those are two entirely different topics. A reminder that we teach spiritualism, and as spiritualists, we recommend stillness meditation because it's the fastest way to clear your mind, to open your awareness so you can perceive those things spiritual, psychic awareness, as well as healing. Our stillness practice is 10 minutes twice daily. In a minute, I'm going to start a bell. I use the Insight Timer, the free version. When you hear the first bell, you want to hold an image in your mind's eye to the exclusion of all other thoughts for 5 minutes. If you can't see the image because you're psychically impaired visually, like I am, I've never seen the damn spot in almost 32 years, you want to pretend, imagine, know, fantasize that the spot is there. You just know it's there and it's there. When the second bell goes off, you want to let go of the spot and then allow your consciousness to drift down to stillness or nothing as the sound of the bell diminishes. You want to remain there as close to no thoughts at all or complete silence as much of the 5 minutes that follow as possible. At the end of 10 minutes total time, you'll hear a bamboo clap and our meditation will be over. Then we'll start the discussion about Stoicism and meditation going together like peanut butter and jelly. Before we meditate, we say Reverend Bradley's request. It's a simple prayer that acts as a touchstone or an anchor that reminds our body, not unlike Pavlovian response, that we're about to do our meditation practice, our stillness practice. If you know the words, follow along. If you don't know the words, listen to them. They are quite inspiring. Please begin. Open, O blessed Spirit, the spiritual eyes of my soul, that I may be released from the darkness overspreading me by the delusions of the outward senses, that I may perceive and understand those things spiritual. complete your meditation. And as you do, allow yourself to dwell in this place of thinking tranquility, of quiet receptivity. Meditating allows us to start with a clean mental slate. Erase all the thoughts and residuals from the brain, not unlike erasing a blackboard or a dry erase board. I like to call this place the eye of the storm. And in the eye of the storm, with chaos going on all around you, and even the chaos going on within you with your emotions and rampant thinking, you can find that quiet place, that safe harbor, that place of inner knowing, where you can open the spiritual eyes of your soul and see things as they really are. Meditation, or meditating, the act itself, is simply a tool, not unlike push-ups or jogging or diet. Meditating trains the body, including the brain, to be here now in this moment. Trains you to control your thinking, direct it to do as it's told rather than what it wants. Over the years, I've been a spiritualist, practicing spiritualism, and as I like to say at Spirit360 Fellowship, our online spiritualist church, this ain't your grandma's spiritualism. And what I mean by that is we look at the truth wherever we find it. We're not tied to the Bible or the Quran or Buddhism. We look for and find the truth within by opening the spiritual eyes of our soul to access our intuitive knowing, our psychic abilities, our healing abilities, and our mediumship skills on command when we need them most. Because it's been my experience that most people are intuitive as heck sometimes, but their intuition isn't worth squat when they really need it most. That's when I get that 911 call or that text. Life just happened to me. I need your spiritual guidance, your spiritual counsel. And over the years, what I've learned is there's another philosophy equally as powerful to spiritualism that have the foundation of meditation or meditating as a practice that fuel it. And that's Stoicism. You see, Stoicism is a skill set. It's a way of looking at life in the three-dimensional world. Spiritualism is our doorway into the spiritual realm. Meditation is the tasty part of the sandwich. We take one piece of bread for our body, called Stoicism, and another piece of bread for our spirit, we call Spiritualism, and we sandwich between them, meditating, clearing your mind, controlling your thoughts. Because here's the thing, your thinking is almost always flawed, but your thoughts are always right. The question is are your thoughts getting you the results you want? Because your thoughts influence your thinking. So you'll do all this thinking about your life and what's important. You'll start to look outside yourself for answers. You'll start to place blame outside yourself for what's not working. You'll see barriers as obstacles. You'll start to not want to be personally responsible for what's happening in your life. Even though the only place of power, the only place of strength is standing fully responsible for the circumstances of your life. I need to say right now that responsibility is not fault. Fault means you're guilty of something. Responsibility just means you're dealing with something. So you can stand completely responsible for the circumstances of your life and find a way out from where you are to where you want to be. Stoicism gives us a set of tools that allows us to question our thoughts, our beliefs, our preset thinking, our mindset, our worldview, to see whether or not it's serving us. If our thoughts and beliefs really served us, we would not question them, would we? But most of the time, we have areas of life where we are not so proficient, not very competent, where we can have lots of room for improvement. And Stoicism gives us a thinking framework that helps us to begin to reshape our thoughts. The other piece of bread, spiritualism, allows us to start to open the spiritual eyes of our soul, as I've mentioned. But the reason we do that is because inside of our spirit body, that part that lives after we die, that part that is the never-ending us, has spiritual or energetic equivalents to our physical senses. Stoicism allows us to ground in reality our physical senses. Spiritualism allows us to start to access our energetic knowing, our intuitive knowing, that part of ourself that transcends what's possible with our physical senses. Meditating, the act of training our brain to do what we want when we want, training our thinking to solve the problems we choose rather than run amok thinking about whatever it wants, allows us to start to question our thoughts, beliefs, worldview, so we can then choose consciously based on the physical reality of our three-dimensional world and results and experiences, informed by our spiritual senses, energetically, which has no rational or logical explanation, but you damn sure know it's there, don't you? And when we reconcile our three-dimensional reality with our intuitive knowing, we become unstoppable. That's why I say that Stoicism and meditation go together like peanut butter and jelly. Spiritualism is the other side of the coin. So you've got the front of your hand, which is Stoicism, the physical world, the part that grabs. You've got the back of your hand, which is Spiritualism, which is that underlying spiritual awareness. Together you've got a complete hand. Missing either one, and you don't have a functioning hand. Once you accept the reality of your three-dimensional life, you know that little X on the map that says you are here, then you can start to plot, plan, and scheme how you can get to where you want to go. Until then, you don't really know how to get where you want to go because you don't really know where you are. Stoicism gets you grounded into where you are. Spiritualism allows you to reinforce where you are with information not available to your outward physical senses. Together, it's a powerful combination, a damn good sandwich. It's a double-decker PB&J. I prefer crunchy. Stoicism is a process of managing our three-dimensional reality. Meditating or meditation is that part where we get grounded in the here and now to see things as they really are. By adding a journal and being able to map out where you want to go, then you truly do become unstoppable. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you found this video useful, give us a thumbs up. If you hated it, give us a thumbs down. We're learning how to do this, so your feedback is invaluable. If you're new here, consider subscribing. You can subscribe by hitting the red button below me or clicking my picture beside me. Below my picture, you'll find out what I recommend you watch next. I will bless you and leave you with that. And until next time, remember, spiritual is as spiritual does.